Hey guys, Happy New Year's from the Dinosaur Lab. It's Mary Lee, the Diamond Dinosaur, coming at you. Yes, 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 it is me, Mary Lee, the Double D 33. Welcome, everybody. If you're here, please step into my lair. It's nice, cozy, and warm on this blustery winter day here in the Northeast. If you haven't been here before, rest assured you can feel safe. My dinos here are friendly. There have been no incidents. That being said, happy New Year, everyone. Let's just get this mushy stuff out of the way. I started my channel because I wanted to share my craft because it makes me so happy. And to give my daughter in the future someplace where she can always go to hear her mother, because it'll probably be out there forever. But it has grown. I now have 54 subscribers, which to me is a lot. I'm sure there are plenty out there that have way more. But for the little amount that I'm doing and posting and sharing with you guys, I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, for liking, for subscribing, for watching the video. And I hope that it brings you joy to see a video. So that being said, let's get into this. I am currently starting in my New Year's resolution. Before, most WIPs I ever had were 2. And that was usually because I started something, got it almost finished, and got something new and was so excited I had to start that right away. But now my commitment is to 4 WIPs. So I will be having 4 WIPs out of the year, constant. It'll be a constant flow. So I could kind of bury my stash a little bit, so to speak. Right now, I am in 3 events. I am in the Mary Morales event, which goes to the end of January. And for that event, I'm doing Anafil. I'm not working on her right now. I'm working on another event. Another event that I'm working on currently right now is the Pink and Black 2026 paint along. That goes, I believe, to the end of this month. I am clearly, I want to say more Team Black, but I could go Team both. I'm not mad at pink sometimes. But my canvas of choice to do this event was Rococo's Dream from Ines Guerrero. I have my tools today are my little lily pad from Tracy's DP World. The tray that I'm using is from Unimade. And yes, it is the tray that I'm also using for the Nun, but I thought that, very appropriate to be black. And my pen is from Lady Lathe Custom by Design. And her name is Frostina. She is my pink snowman pen. With all her bling and all her glory. Come on, sister. It's like a pen that's in drag, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at this pen. This pen is it's a drag pen. Facts. Okay. Frostina, the drag pen. So yeah, guys, it's the new year. 2026 came in with a bang. Right now, I was going to do an ASMR, but got to tell you, the wind is so loud and howling that, yeah, that's not going to happen today. There's no football on today, so I can commit to diamond painting all day, as I am also off. But I do need to go over my football picks. So let me just talk a little bit about the Eagles game the other night. I think we as Eagles fans have been 100% frustrated with Kevin Patullo, our offensive coordinator. He is an experienced play caller. Our head coach, Nick Sirianni, is an offensive coach as well, but he is not a good play caller at all. So this year when we lost Kevin Patullo, management of the Eagles allowed Nick Sirianni to promote one of his best friends, if not his only best friend, Kevin Patullo, to the offensive coordinator position. He is an inexperienced play caller. He has never called plays before. So you literally just gave a Lamborghini to a person who just got their license. You handed over $1 million offense, well over $1 million, to a guy who doesn't know how to scheme plays, make adjustments. He doesn't know how to do any of those. And this is why we're in the situation we're in. I saw somebody termed it online as being preventative offense, which means if we're winning by 1, we're just going to let the defense carry the team because, we don't want to turn the ball over. We just want to win. We just want to win. They take their foot off the gas, and they should not. Don't take your foot off the other team's neck if you're winning by 30. Keep going. This is the NFL and football we're talking here. This isn't like T-ball or mini football. You know what I mean? Little kid football. This is the NFL. Do not take your foot off the gas. That is not what the fans want to be seeing. So I am glad my Eagles won. It was in the rain, so I'm glad we came out of Highmark Stadium without any injuries. It was rainy and windy, cold. So I'm glad we all came out of there safe with no injuries. And I am glad we won. I'm not coming for my players. This is not on the players. The players can only do what they are schemed to do. And it's up to the coaches to put them in good positions to succeed. And I don't believe that is happening with this offense. So, in my opinion, not that it matters, I think they should have hired a offensive coordinator or consultant to come in and help him learn how to call plays. Again, I'm not saying the man's a bad person. And, us crazy Eagles fans, we did go and egg his house. Not me, per se. But, yeah, so you just don't do that kind of shit. That's just lame. But it is frustrating when you see a team that just dominated last year with the exact same players, and now they're doing crap. It's very frustrating. So they should have hired a consultant to come in, or you know what? I'm all about letting Scott Loeffler, the quarterback coach, call the plays because he does have experience as an offensive play caller in college because he coached college football for many years. Actually, he came from Bowling Green College this year to be the quarterback coach. But it is what it is. So as an Eagles fan, we just have to accept the fact that this is who our team is. This is probably our offense. Let me just get a drink of coffee real quick. This is our offense. We're playing conservative. We're protecting the ball. It is what it is. I do believe that if we could get up by 24 points, right? Our defense can hold that other team for sure and carry the rest of the game. Not even. But the problem is you can't not stop working as the offense, because then when your defense is on the team, on the field all the time, they're getting gassed, they're getting tired. So they got to come up with a happy medium. I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. If they prove me wrong, great. I'll be the first one to say, oh, I was wrong. But I don't think they're going to get there this year with the way their offense is playing. If they do get there, I don't know whether they would win if the offense is going to continue to play the way they're playing. And if that was the case, I would be standing at the door of the NovaCare complex after the season was over with a pink slip and a pen for Kevin Patullo to sign it and for him to move on his way. Yeah. So there's other coaches out there, get rid of Kevin Patullo, bring in Brian Daboll. I mean, a lot of people, we as fans can all be backseat, couch coaches, so to speak. But this is the situation we have, and we just got to, love our team and continue to support them, and whatever happens, right? But hey, look at it this way. We are at least in the playoffs, and the Cowboys aren't, so are they still them boys? I actually talked to my best friend yesterday, she lives in Texas, and she's a Cowboys fan. She actually called me because she hasn't heard from me, and she saw, you know, all the stuff online about Puffy passing and everything. So she called to see how I was, and we were talking, and my first comment to her was, "Hey, Miss Shell, are you still them boys? I'm just checking. Are you all right? You okay?" She's like, "Oh my God, shut up. Just stop it right now." So there was that. So let me get into my picks for the week, because that's probably going to be the best thing, because I haven't done them yet. And football, no football today, but there is football on Saturday. So Saturday's games, the 4:30 game is the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It is for the division, and I did take the Bucs to win it at home. And I don't know. I remember at the beginning of the season, Baker Mayfield was in the talks for MVP, and where are you at now, Baker? Like you said, God forbid a little white boy get a little bit of motion. So yeah, I took the Bucs. I don't know how they're going to do against the Panthers. Panthers are balling out, but let's be honest, the NFC South is not the best division in the NFC East or West, North. The South is not the greatest. They're not. They're just not. Next game is a big one. Saturday night at 8 o'clock. It is probably the biggest game of the week, to be honest. Is the Seattle Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. This is for the whole ball of wax. This is for the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I myself, even if San Francisco was the last team on earth, I probably would not pick them. I like some of their players. I like George Kittle. I like Christian McCaffrey. I like Ricky Pearsall, but I do not like the team. I've never liked the team. So I am going with the Seattle Seahawks. My husband is a Seahawks fan, so maybe it's a game that we could watch together. So I'm going to say go Hawks for Saturday night for sure. Next one is New Orleans Saints at Atlanta Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons. These games, I don't think these games matter to either team. It's just their last game of the season, right? They're not getting into the playoffs. It's just the last game. Next game is the Cleveland Browns at Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, I'm going to take Joe Burrow. Love Joey B. I'm sorry to see that Joe Burrow's season is ending. You know, he was injured pretty much most of the year. So by the time he came back, there really wasn't a whole lot that he could do to save the season. But he tried. So props to you, Joey B. And we'll see you guys on the flip side, because I do like the Bengals. Next up was the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. It's a tough one, because I think the Packers are going to win. However, Minnesota has the capability to start knocking people out of the playoffs before they even get there. I mean, they took the Lions out. The Lions, they play one more game and they're done. They're not in the playoffs. They're done. They're done for the season. And a lot of people thought they were going to go a lot further, but the Vikings knocked them out last week on Christmas Day. So that was a Christmas present to all Vikings fans, I guess, that they beat the Lions. Merry Christmas. I myself was rooting for the Lions. So I took the Packers, though. The Cowboys against the Giants in New York. I don't care. I don't care. It means nothing. But I am going to take Jackson Dart and his New York Giants against the Cowboys, because I'm not picking the Cowboys. I picked them a few games this year, and I'm done with them. So, not picking the Cowboys. They'll be on, after this game, they'll be on their first flight to Cancun, is like we like to say. So, bye, Dak. See you later. Have a great flight. Glad to see you're going to meet the Rams in the NFC Championship like you told their owner. So stop running your mouth. Next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Taking the Jags. Jags are balling out this year. Which, you know, one of the things I was talking about earlier with a friend of mine is it's so awesome to see this when it gets down to this season, because once the playoffs start, it's a whole different ball of wax. It's like a whole new season is starting, but the only difference is you're 1 and out. Like if you lose, you're done. So it's very exciting to not see the Chiefs in there, this team in there that you see in there all the time. So it's good to see teams like Houston Texans, the Denver Broncos, you know, getting up there, the Patriots coming back into the picture with Drake May. It's good to see them excelling, and different teams are now in the running. So Jacksonville is one of those teams. So props to Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I'm picking them over the Titans. I'm actually taking the Houston Texans over the Colts. The Colts have not really, they've been okay. They've been holding their own since they lost Daniel Jones to an Achilles injury. But they're playing in Houston, so I'm going to take the Texans because they've been playing really well. The New York Jets at Buffalo Bills. I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills, clearly, because the Jets, they just stink. Next big game for the Eagles is the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears in Chicago. This is a division rivalry. These guys, they're just hardcore rivals and have been since their existence into the NFL. Even before that, actually. So I'm taking the Lions because I need the Lions to win. Because if the Lions win and the Eagles win, the Eagles do not get the number 3 seed. They get the number 2 seed and would probably end up playing the Packers. So I'm all for that, and I'm cheering and pulling for the Lions to beat the Bears. How likely is that? Not very. But listen, stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have happened. So, you know, it's just a matter of seeing where that coin tosses. Next game is the Chargers at Denver. I'm going to take Denver. Nobody likes to play in Mile High Stadium. So I'm definitely taking the Broncos. And then more games for Sunday afternoon, the later games. Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to take the Chiefs. The Cardinals against the Rams in LA. I'm going to take the Rams. The Dolphins at New England. Dolphins are not going to play well in the cold for sure, so I'm going to take New England on that one. The Commanders at Philadelphia. I was thinking of getting tickets to this game too, but it's going to be too cold, and they're not playing our starters, so which they're giving their players the rest, which to an extent, I'm in agree with, but then I'm also not 100% because, you know, you kind of pick and choose. Like, can our starters beat the Commanders, or our secondary beat, our second string guys beat the Commanders? Yes. But if for some reason they don't, and the Bears do lose, we're not going to get the second seed. So the Eagles have to win. If they want any chance if the Bears lose. So I am taking the Eagles over the Commanders. Then you have the Ravens over the Steelers. The Ravens are playing the Steelers on Monday night. Or actually Sunday night. And I'm actually going to take the Ravens over the Steelers. This is also for their division. So the Ravens came out of nowhere after Lamar Jackson being hurt for a lot of the year. They weren't doing very well, and then they just started balling out. I think a lot of that's got to do with Derrick Henry. So shout out to Derrick Henry for balling out and putting that team on his back and carrying it while LaMarvelous was out. So I'm going to pull for the Ravens on this one. I also kind of have to because I can't pull for the second team, you know, in Pennsylvania. But here we are, right? So go Ravens. They're my picks for the week, guys. So yeah, happy New Year, right? Let's go. It's football. It's still football. It's cold outside. It's snowy outside. It's rainy outside. Whatever, wherever you are, but it's wintertime. So let's go. It's football season. What else? Let me see. So, I did not complete the nun yet. I'm still working on her. But she'll have to sit now for a little bit because I'm working on these events. So, but I'll get to her for sure. I'm not gonna let her sit very long. It seems like there's a lot of confetti in this right off the bat, and I mean, I don't mind confetti at all. I just think like, oh my God, sometimes it takes forever. I'm going to be starting recording my temperatures for my temperature chart. A bunch of myself and my friends, you all know who you are doing the temperature chart. So I've decided that I'm going to do the temperature chart for my area, and I'm going to record the temperatures every day. And then on Sunday is when I'll start working on that and recording the videos or the temperatures for the previous week. I think that's the easiest way to go, the easiest way to do it. I know some people might do their year of their birthday, but I kind of want to use it so it goes like for this year, right? Do it as it goes. So that's my plan of thought. I just know I have to, if that's what I'm going to do, I have to commit to it. So it will take me a full year, but I'm not really counting that as a WIP because I'm only going to, I guess it is, but I'm not going to count it as one of my 4. When I say my 4 that I'm doing, I mean, it's 4 WIPs that I'm going to constantly be working on before I start anything new, right? So yeah, that's my plan. My goodness, I feel like it's starting to get cold back here in my craft room. I'm gonna get a little space heater for back here because my table is very mobile, so I can move my table into my family room. But I kind of miss sitting in my craft room when I do that because it's just my favorite place. It's my favorite place to be. I'm back here. If I didn't work, I'd be back here 24/7, right? God help my husband when I do retire. He'll never see me. I'll just be back here. I'll sleep on the couch. And I'll wake up in diamond paint. And take a nap on the couch. And wake up in diamond. Wait, I do that now. What do I have to wait to retirement for? Huh. Anywho, we did make it till midnight with some friends on the Zooms. Thank you, ladies, for, if you're listening or watching, for staying up with us and celebrating. So happy New Year's to all of my friends and family. I keep thinking today's Saturday, though, because I'm off. Just like Christmas Day, I thought it was Sunday. Because there was football on, so I immediately thought it was Sunday. So these crazy holidays within the week, it's really throwing me off a little bit. I have another retreat coming up in January. January 22nd to the 25th. So I'm probably going to go to that. Yeah, I'm probably definitely going to go to that. It's in upstate Pennsylvania. It's about 2.5 hours from me. So I plan on doing that. And then, yeah, that's probably a day that I won't be working on my temperature chart. So that'll be the one Sunday that I don't work on it. So I'll just do it when I get home. And it literally all depends on what my football team is doing, because if my football team is playing on, well, if they play on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, if they do, I'll just leave the retreat super early. I'll leave it like 8 in the morning so I can get home for the game. If they play on Saturday night, I will not be going on the retreat. Because I won't miss my Eagles. I won't miss my football game. That's just not going to happen. So it depends. Right now, I'm planning on going. I have the time off already. I was planning on taking some time off in January anyway, and then when I saw that there was a retreat, I took off those days. So if the Eagles are playing on Saturday or whatever, I will not be going on the retreat. I will be here watching the game, but I will still have off. So I'm not going to be turning my time back in. And you know, for those of you that don't know, I'm also having a procedure on my back. It's just an epidural. I've been having back issues for several years, and you know, I never did any injury to it. I think, to me, I believe it's all like just a lot of arthritis that's back there. It's the aging process. I never really did any injury to it. And one of the reasons I say just the aging process is it's just gotten worse over the years. So I went and saw my doctor because he gave me, I did an ablation with him in October. So I went to see him like for follow-up of that and everything. And I just kind of asked him, like, how long is it possible for me to keep getting these ablations and stuff on my back? And he said that I can keep doing it as long as it works, as long as I feel it's working. And really, I guess that's kind of true. I mean, ablations, they have to be done every 6 months. But epidurals, just whenever you want them, you just go get them when they start to wear off. And I think that's because nobody wants to open, you know, you don't want to have surgery on your back if you can help it. That's got to be like a last resort, you know, because once you do that and you start removing discs or start putting like rods in there to fuse the discs and whatever, you know, that's hard. That's hard. Once that happens, you know, once your back is fused, your back is fused. And I'm not saying I'm the youngest person in the world, because I'm definitely not. But, I mean, I'll share. I just turned 60 this year, and I am way too young to be struggling sometimes with how I'm struggling. So, epidurals it is. Sign me up. So, actually, the day before the retreat, on the 21st, is when I'm having my epidural. So, I'm looking forward to that because, yeah, my back hurts. So nothing else fun and exciting going on, just, you know, diamond painting and football and things like that, you know. Christmas was fun. I did get the Vatican diamond painting from Dreamer Designs for Christmas. So, I mean, that's very exciting to me. I love churches for their architecture, their symbolization, but more importantly for their architecture. I just find that whole Gothic type architecture fascinating. I learned a lot about it in college. I took an architecture class as an elective, mind you. So I just love to look at that kind of stuff. I used to always tell my husband that when I retired, I wanted to create a coffee table book on churches. We'd just have pictures of different churches and their steeples and their crosses and all these different things. But alas, I have yet to do that or even start any kind of project. So a while ago, I found St. Patrick's Cathedral on Dreamer Designs, and I bought that. So, because St. Patrick's is the cathedral that I'm not really affiliated with any church. I like old school religion type churches where it's old school prayer and, you know, none of this new contemporary music. So I came across St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan in New York, and they do online sermons and masses. So I've been doing those masses. So I was very excited to see the St. Patrick Cathedral in a diamond painting. So I did get it. And then so for Christmas, my husband's like, well, now you kind of have to have the Vatican. So he got me the Vatican for Christmas. But in the spring, when it gets warmer, clearly, my husband's going to take me up to New York so I can visit St. Patrick's Cathedral before I start diamond painting it. So I can see all the details and, you know, be inside of the church. Like I see it during Mass, but to physically be there inside of it and get to see all the decor and the architecture of it, and then see how it's going to relate to the actual canvas. So I'm really excited about that. So that's probably definitely a canvas that I would probably start after I come back. So it'll probably be a WIP. It'll be a future WIP this year for sure. For sure. So yeah, guys, I mean, my dogs are kind of getting a little antsy. I think they might want to go outside. That's all I have for you today to talk about. I know it was a lot of football, for sure. I do want to start probably closer to when the season is over. I'm going to start incorporating my urban legends and stories into my WIPs. And maybe even some dinosaur stuff, because, you know, I am the dinosaur. So at that point, guys, I'm gonna head out and sign off for now. Finish this section and just continue working through my oh my god, my pink and black paint along diamond painting, so I can move on to I'm also doing the Ivy Dullamore paint along, and I have a Rose Library, so I got to start that too, because it's one of those things where I have to show progression every week. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna head out. I love each and every one of you. Remember that roar in dinosaur means I love you and appreciate you. Alexis, I love you so much. Happy New Year, everyone. I wish every single person in this world a happy and blessed New Year. I hope it's good to you. If your year was crappy last year, I'm sorry for that, and I'm glad that we're in 2026 so we can move on. I don't know about anybody else, but the second half of my year, beginning in June, was pretty crappy. The stress level was amazing, and I really truly believe that if it wasn't for this craft and my friends that I have met through diamond painting, I don't even know how I would have gotten through it. That being said, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a great day, and bye.